Hello everyone. In this video we will show you how to upload the data from Google Spreadsheet to a report in Improvado. Google Spreadsheet is a file in a supported format which is stored on Google's server. The Google Spreadsheet which we're going to import into Improvado should correspond to a specific structure. Moreover, certain access rights must be added. Let's start preparing the data for upload. As we've said, the Google Spreadsheet, the data from which you want to add to the report must correspond to a certain structure. A certain structure implies that the Google Sheet contains required fields, the name of the metrics, and the values. The required fields are date, provider, and campaign name. The metrics in the example are spend, impressions, and clicks. If necessary, you can rename or add metrics as you wish. When importing, the data is loaded line by line. As you can see from the example, the date 16th of September 2019 corresponds to the provider Facebook. And campaign name test campaign. These required parameters correspond to the values of the metrics 1000, 50, and 20. The preparation of the Google Sheet is fairly easy, however you should keep the following in mind. The metric value must match the format of the metrics. This means that the value of a numeric metric should always be numeric. But if you insert a text in a numeric metric, the script will respond with an error. Also, please note, if there are duplicates in the Google Sheet, specifically the same pair of campaign name and date is repeated more than once, the row with the latest date will be added to the database and populated in the user interface. Therefore, it's important to avoid duplicate dates. And the most important thing, you need to set the correct access rights to the Google Sheet that we're going to use. Click the Share button, then click on the Advanced button. Press on the Change button and select the option for everyone who has a link. Press on Save. And now let's double check if we've granted the access successfully. If the data in the Google Sheet changes, it will also be automatically updated in the Improvado report. The data is updated automatically twice a day, or if necessary, you can do that through Edit Data Sources manually. Now the preparation of the Google Sheet is over, and we can start uploading it. Proceed to Edit Data Sources, find the Import button, and choose the desired tab. In our case, it is Google Spreadsheet by URL. Press on Next. Now insert the link from the Google Sheet in the required field. Press on Next. Now choose the sheet that you're going to be using. In our case, the sheet is Sheet 1. Press on Next. In the next window, you need to match the metrics from the Google Sheet and from Define Metrics in Improvado. In our case, line item name is provider. Whatever is going to be included in the line item name field is going to be displayed in the Edit Data Sources as a provider. In our case, the providers are Facebook and Bing. Also, you can see part of the Google Sheet in the user interface. Campaign name coincides with the column campaign name. Date coincides with the column date. And choose the date format as you wish. Press on next. And the next step is to map the metrics. On the left side we can see the names of the columns in the Google Sheet. And on the right side we can see the metrics from the defined metrics in Improvado. Let's match them. It's not necessary for the metrics to have the same names in the Google Sheet and in Improvado. Click on the Import button. If there are going to be any errors, Improvado will let you know about it. In our case, we don't have any. If you need the data to automatically update from Google Sheets, choose the according box. If you don't tick this box, the data will be imported only once and the data source Google spreadsheet will not appear in Edit Data Sources. Now the data is loaded. Let's check that. Let's build a widget. At first glance, the data did not appear, but in fact the date range in the report is not set correctly. Let's change it. As we can see, when we set the date range accordingly, the data has been loaded successfully. Thank you for your attention. Other features of working with data import are shown in our other video instructions.